So for week 5 of the 2019 high school football season, 954sports.com and yours truly covered our 954sports.com high school football game of the week in Fort Lauderdale at Alumni Field. I'm Matt Levine. Thanks for joining me on my YouTube station. There you have me swagged out last night at Alumni Field. Happy to catch this week 5 matchup. Check out 954sports.com and please go ahead and subscribe to the station. I have highlights of last week's matchup for Fort Lauderdale against Cardinal Gibbons. That was the only loss they suffered this season. Those are up on the station. They're 3-1 heading into last night's contest. They welcomed the West Broward Bobcats. Fort Lauderdale playing their home games at Alumni Field, the home for Northeast High School. And what a pleasant night it was for high school football. Just the right amount of wind. So it was cool, comfortable, and I buckled in for what I thought was a great effort. Congratulations to Fort Lauderdale High School. 24-0 the victory last night over West Broward. How'd Fort Lauderdale get it done? With defense. I'll argue this until, as they say, the cows come home, or for the rest of my life. When it comes to a victory in any sport, anywhere, played by any gender, particularly in the sport of football, you win 24-0. It comes down to the catalyst being superb defense. And that was the case for Fort Lauderdale last night. 12 sacks recorded. I've seen a lot of football. I've been covering high school football for over 20 years, different parts of the country, now here in South Florida. I don't remember seeing 12 sacks in a high school football game, let alone a college game or a pro game. How about Jacksonville? They called them Sacksonville Thursday night's NFL game. 9.5 sacks against Tennessee. I thought that was a lot. Well, Fort Lauderdale last night was just outstanding on the defensive side of the football. And we're going to get to the highlights right now. And we'll also highlight some of those guys who made noise on the offense. As I want to give some praise here to the Fort Lauderdale defensive linemen who chipped in, including Sam Clark, or I should say defensive members, defensive unit, including the linemen. All these guys last night were fabulous. Tyler Bray, Rob Varela, XL Lucas. And there's more. 3 guys that we're going to highlight with post-game interviews. So stay tuned for that as they recorded a whole lot of sacks last night. We'll also have a post-game interview with head coach Richard Dunbar III. And as I said, let's highlight the offense. So this dude got him going last night on the board first with the touchdown run. Sequan Jano Pierre. The PAT was good by Callie Kanavel Ejem, who also booted the field goal right here. Gave him the 10-0 first quarter lead. Second quarter, Fort Lauderdale High School decides to open up the air assault. Massimo Forch, the touchdown pass to R.J. Dunbar the 4th. They went into the half leading 17-0, feeling pretty good about themselves. I like to do this every week on our 954sports.com high school football game of the week that we cover, is highlight the band. And Fort Lauderdale has an outstanding band at that. They are superb. So without further ado, let's strike up that band. Now, how about those 12 sacks last night? Let's show you a few of them right here. Fort Lauderdale all night long bringing the pressure on a talented quarterback who just had trouble getting out of neutral last night. That's Nick Scandizzo of West Broward. They also have a talented running back who is bottled up as well in Derek Brown Jr. Fort Lauderdale with the sacks. Mentioned it a bunch of times. Let's mention it again. 12 of them. Wow. When they weren't making sacks, they were making big hits like this one. Aramis Smith laying the wood, as they say. Meanwhile, the Flying L's put on a final score in the 4th quarter. An exciting drive. Look at this pass play. Forsh to Keon Smith Jr. Escapability, the arm coming down with it. Then Pierre, huge run to set up this touchdown on the ground by Jermanuel Tinellis. Fort Lauderdale goes on to victory last night. Afterward, I had a chance to catch up, as I told you, with some defensive standouts. How about Kevin Popoff? 5 sacks. Jaden Carter, 2 sacks. Carl Murhoff, 2.5 sacks. Let's hear from him.
Absolutely, it was a good game. We definitely could have fired on all 3 phases much better, obviously, but defensively we did good. Stopped them from scoring quite a few times, but we certainly could have done better and been more aggressive. Made a few more tackles, but other than that, I'm pretty satisfied with our defenses and offense's performance.
As a team, we pulled through. The defense pulled through. We didn't let them score at all. In the offense, it's still a work in progress, but all my boys, they're still working. I love it. We're going to get way better. More games to come. Next week is going to be a better result, too.
We really showed up. Our defense didn't let them score at all, really firing off the ball, and, we did our job.
All 3 of those young men, pretty professional with the mic in their hand, like seasoned pros in doing the interview. I thank them. Meanwhile, I told you we'd catch up with the head coach. A happy one at that.
I mean, it's great. 12 sacks, yes, sir. Defense, I think, came out and played, if I would say, obviously we have to watch film and grade everyone, but from what I see, I give them an A- off of the game day eye, Once we watch film and go back and reevaluate everyone, we'll see. But it's all, 12 sacks is something that you definitely cannot deny. So, give credits to those that were involved in those 12 sacks.
And there you have it from the coach. Hey, I'll take an A-. Not too shabby. Fort Lauderdale will be home next week, 4-1 against Plantation. West Broward on the road, still searching for that first win at 0-5 at Flanagan. We'll be on the road next week. You can bet that as we cover Week 6 and our 954sports.com high school football game of the week.